What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And I just got through watching Boom, 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 Boom. WandaVision, 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 WandaVision. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of my initial thoughts on this. I mean, first off, I just want to say that this is probably, like, up until now, I would say this is probably one of those shows, and I've only watched 2 episodes, that was probably a lot more fun for those involved to make, both behind the scenes and in front of the camera, than it is for me to be watching. You know what I mean? Like, I give it to them, technically, everything looks well. They've captured the spirit and the essence of those old sitcoms from, like, the mid 50s to maybe the mid 60s. We're talking about Leave It to Beaver, obviously I Love Lucy, Bewitched, that kind of thing. And it's cool, it's cool to watch, I suppose, on a certain level, but that all is not as it's supposed to be. So it's kind of frustrating because we got to go through all of this pretense and obviously this isn't what's supposed to be happening. So you're looking for these clues, and the clues are very far and in between. I know we're supposed to be just rocking with this until, some type of reveal, and they sprinkle a few things in there. The key is so far the radio, you know what I mean? And what they choose to give little sparks of color to, especially in the first episode. So you kind of get the sense that, yeah, there's something going on. And from what I can tell, it looks like it's really Wanda's consciousness, maybe. Vision is there, obviously, but the direct line of the deception or whatever is going on seems to be directed at Wanda. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's what I'm picking up on, right now. So, it just reminds me of, like, some of the older episodes of, like, $6 Million Man, or, I don't know, Knight Rider or something, where there was always that one episode where they just didn't know who they were. Maybe they took a bonk on the head and got amnesia, and they had to piece together who they were. As a kid, those types of episodes always drove me crazy. I hate amnesia episodes. I hate episodes where the hero doesn't know who they are. Because we, the audience, we do. We know who they are. So it's just like, stop wasting my time, man. Get the fuck to the point, So unless you put, like, a really compelling story around the amnesia or the state that our heroes are in, sometimes it can drive you nuts. And I'm not quite sure that what they've done here around Wanda and the Vision is compelling enough for me to not be driven crazy, just trying to get them to get to the point. Like, I'm willing to do that because, I mean, we're obviously just in the first 2 episodes and stuff, so there could be some brilliance behind this, Like I said, what they choose to give color to, whoever's trying to reach Wanda through the radio, a couple of things that's been going on. She picks up some fire engine and, it's red and everything. So, because the rest of the place is in black and white, at least for the first episode and a half. So, that's what we see going on here. We just don't quite know, what it is. But, it's funny because they know who they are, right? It's not that they don't know who they are. They even know their powers. But for some reason, they don't know why they're there. It reminds me of the, who is Gamora, where is Gamora, why is Gamora? They know the who, they know the where, they don't know the why, So that's weird, that they would know who they are, they would know their powers, they know that Vision's an android, and but they just don't know their own history. And for some reason, it doesn't occupy their thoughts the way that it should. Like, they're not just preoccupied with that all the time. Like, they go back to just living the lie, even though they know that there's something wrong. They don't know where they came from. They don't know their own history, why they're there. They don't remember getting married and stuff, but they just know they're playing this role without the why, so that's very interesting. Now, the show, of course, is very self-aware. The show knows what it's doing. It knows the the references that it's making, as far as I Love Lucy, Bewitched and stuff. But it would be cool to me, right? If at some point they figure out that all of this is fake And one of the reasons, if I were a writer, I know this is crazy, it wouldn't go over too well, I believe, but if I was a writer, I would have one of them figure out that something's not right, because the blaring thing there is that in the sitcoms of the late or mid 50s to mid 60s, you wouldn't have had a black neighbor. You know what I mean? You got black people up in there just like, hi, neighbor. No, it's like for the most part, TV got integrated after the rest of the world. You know what I mean? You didn't see this reflected on TV of the mid 50s to mid 60s. You know what I mean? And they had Indian people in there. You know, it looked like they might have had some Latino people in there. And no, you wouldn't have seen it. So I would have had somebody like Vision be like, wait a minute, this is not historically correct for this period, you know what I mean? And that's how I knew Wanda Deer, you know, or something like that. That would have been smart to me, you know, but of course, that's probably the most wokest thing that's in here right now, because they're not addressing the fact that that is actually not historically correct as far as the history of television is concerned. You wouldn't have seen that shit. It would have been like, Beaver, who's your colored friend? Now Beaver, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make them bad people. It's just how it was. You know what I mean? So it would make a great also historical, you know, lesson as well. You know, a statement on television of the time. You know, but of course that didn't happen. So where this is going, I don't know. And I'm willing to rock with it for a while, because I'm the guy who stayed with Lost for like years, you know, and didn't know what the fuck was going on. But of course with Lost, it was different because they used flashbacks. You know, they knew where they were. You know, they knew what was going on and stuff. They just didn't know, like, what was going on, you know, but they knew who they were. They had memories. They knew that they were on a plane. They understood all that, you know. But, you know, I stuck with it. But with this, like I said, it's only 2 episodes in. It's not so much offending me as much as I did start to feel a little bit frustrated, you know, like, this is Marvel after all, you know what I mean? So I didn't really sign on to see this kind of thing, but I do understand that this is a plot device. So it's just a matter of how long they rock with this plot device. Are they just going to get high on their own supply and just love the fact that they're recreating old sitcoms and stuff, and, you know, or are they going to actually commit to the fact that this is the MCU and we're probably not here to see this for too long? So, yeah, a runaway hit like The Mandalorian, I don't think Disney Plus has, because obviously the younger generation, they don't know anything about like old black and white sitcoms, you know? So a lot of them are just going to be like, what the hell? You know what I mean? So I don't know if they are necessarily going to stick around. I guess we'll see. You know, but anyway, those are my initial thoughts on this. You can get in the comment section. Have you seen WandaVision? What do you think about it? You can drop me a comment. And as always, you can like, you can share. And most importantly, you can subscribe, man. Tell a friend. Stop treating me like I'm just like some guilty pleasure or something like that. The people who come into my comment section, they talk about how much they appreciate me and love me so much. And I love you too. But tell somebody I'm out here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, spread the word. I'm not the biggest high budgeted intro outro type of YouTuber with all the bells and whistles and stuff like that, but I reach you, man. I reach you. So, you know, reach back and you know, let's be there for each other. So anyway, thank you for being there as always, guys. I do appreciate you, and I will catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.